Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a soul contract reading. And so this is going to be specific for those of you that have either had or are in some sort of romantic connection with someone. So this is just a soul connection that you feel with another person, and we're going to examine what the reasoning is for you and this person coming together. Now, I do tend to channel for connections that are in separation, but for some of you, you could actually be in some sort of a connection with somebody currently, and maybe you're just experiencing challenges, and that's what brings you to the reading. You just kind of want to know. Now, some of you may not be experiencing any challenges with this connection whatsoever, and you just want to know a little bit more about why you and this person have come together. So we're just going to be channeling all kinds of stuff here today. I'm only going to be using 6 different decks, though. So the decks that I chose today are going to be all of the ones that I've created. If you guys are interested at all in purchasing any of these decks, they will be listed in the description box below, where you guys can go to my Etsy shop and purchase them. If you guys are international, though, you'll have to email me and I will send you a special link to order them. So I went ahead and just laid everything out already. I already pre-shuffled everything, but I'll just be choosing the cards and the messages on camera. So I have created an outline for this reading so that way we could, just kind of stay on track with the messages. So the very first thing that we're going to focus on, you guys, is we're going to focus on the theme of this connection. This is just going to be a generalized theme of, the connection that you feel with this other person. And as usual, I shouldn't have to say this every time, but take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. This reading isn't going to resonate with everybody who watches it, okay? So what is the generalized theme of this particular connection? So what I want to do is I want to draw from my Twin Flame Oracle here, as well as my Twin Flame Tarot for this one. So I want to draw 3 cards from each deck. The first thing that we have here is guide. So there is some sort of a guidance, or perhaps maybe this person is a guide for you or you're a guide for them. But this is, to me, what Spirit is saying is that you have been guided to this connection for a reason, okay? Obviously, there's a reason for every single person in our lives, but this particular connection, you've been guided to it. So it's not by accident that you and this person came together. All right, let's go ahead and get another card. We have shadow work. So this person may be a part of your shadow work. It may be that you're a part of theirs. So there's definitely some sort of probably heavy energy, or even challenging, energy, or even pain that is associated with this connection. But it's helping you to guide you through your shadows. This person may trigger you. You may trigger them. And we have the answer is no. So there is some sort of an energy here where you're going to find out that the answer is no when it comes to this particular individual. This person may tell you, no, I don't want this connection. You may tell this person no. It might be part of your spiritual lesson in order to put up certain boundaries to learn the word no. So there's something going on here. So let's go ahead and get some more information. We have the Queen of Swords. So when I was saying this here, there was an energy of, someone basically learning to set boundaries, learning to say no more. And the Queen of Swords, for me, she is a queen that basically is very sharp, like this card says, very assertive, and is able to assert herself in saying no, as in no means no. So I feel like this person that you're coming together with helps you, let's just say you the person watching this video, identify with being the Queen of Swords. This is somebody who, like I said, is learning to set healthy boundaries for themselves. And, this is something where you're able to find your inner voice. You're able to step into your power because of this person, okay? Interesting, we have the Queen of Pentacles. If you guys hear that creaking, it's just my chair because I'm getting up and down in it. So King of Pentacles, we have the energy here. It says stable. So this could be a male or feminine, I should say, a feminine and a masculine energy, because it really just boils down to energy, not necessarily sex. So a masculine and feminine energy are a part of this particular connection, is what I'm picking up on. So that's the theme. One of you holds the feminine, one of you holds the masculine. So I feel like there is definitely an energy here where maybe somebody, this King of Pentacles, because I just am getting a few different scenarios here. Maybe this King of Pentacles is somebody that you would like to have a stable connection with, okay? You'd like to have a stable connection with, and you'd like to perhaps, for some of you, have a family with this particular person. And maybe the answer is no. Doesn't mean no as in never. It just means that maybe this person is not ready to basically come together and have a family and settle down. Maybe there's a lot of behaviors that are happening here within this connection that are causing this Queen of Swords, to maybe put up with some behavior that's not serving her. And so maybe she's having to say no to the possibility of maybe waiting on this person, something like that. So let's get one final card here. And we have the Knight of Cups, romantic gesture. So there's definitely an energy of romance here. So I'm glad that I clarified that from the very beginning of the reading, that we were going to be focusing on romantic connections, because there's definitely a romantic connection between this masculine and feminine energy, okay? But we have the energy of the answer is no. Now, again, there's nothing that is definite in the universe. There's nothing that is, it is the way that it is. There's no changing it. There's no turning back. We all have free will. We can all be super set in our ways. I know there's times in my life that I've said, I'll never do this and I'll never do that. And times, time goes on, time heals, people forget, people lighten up, things change. So we can really never say never. So that's why I don't want to, trigger some of you into feeling like this situation can never be, healed or changed. But the thing is, the answer is no, as in maybe what we want with this particular individual. Okay, maybe we want this romance. Maybe we want this stability. Maybe we want this person to love us. And it's not to say that they don't, but maybe they don't want the same things as us. So what does it do? This energy of no causes us to go into the shadowy aspects of ourselves. It causes us to feel less than. It causes us to feel like maybe there's something wrong with us. It causes us to basically go into that darkness within ourselves and feel a lot of pain and rejection, feeling unlovable, all of those energies that come through. So you're majorly triggered. Someone is majorly triggered here by the word no, or a rejection, or just somebody saying, I don't feel the same. So this is huge. This causes major inner work. It causes major, almost like a reconstruction of one's soul. Sometimes people are used to getting what they want. Sometimes that one person that says no is that one person that will forever change, or will change you forever. Maybe some of us are just used to either A, getting our own ways, or B, things have been really easy. And then we come across this particular individual and it's just like, oh my God, what do you mean no? What do you mean you don't want this? For some of us, we may have been building a life with somebody. All of a sudden for them to change their minds and say, I don't want this anymore. Okay? So you're being guided to face your shadow on account of a rejection or someone saying no. Now, we can go ahead and reverse the tables, because we haven't really gotten into the specifics yet of them and you. What we're looking at is the general theme of this connection. So the theme can also go their way as well. Meaning, maybe you're having to say no to this person. You're having to say no to this romantic gesture. And maybe for some of you, you feel like that's just what you have to do. You're asserting yourself. This person is helping you to set a healthy boundary. Might be difficult for you to do it, but you know you need to do it. That might cause this particular person, forces them to go into their shadows, forces them to basically find their way through their darkness. So it could be through their own ego, their own just reflection of themselves, their own shadow work that they need to go through, that they are able to mature from this Knight of Cups energy to this stable King of Pentacles energy. Maybe some of you out there, this is the energy that you have been getting from this person. The Knight of Cups isn't a bad thing, but the Knight is a Knight. The Knight is somewhat, like an immature kind of an energy. It's a gesture. The Kings bring actual mastery of something. They're mature, they're stable, they're ready. So you might be dealing with somebody who's just not ready. They're not ready, and because they aren't ready or they weren't ready in the past, the answer was no. This is a missed opportunity. They couldn't live up to the expectations that were set. They couldn't fulfill the contract that exists between the two of you. So there could be some separation here that's needed or that has already happened. But we're supposed to learn something. We're supposed to go into ourselves. We're supposed to let spirit be our guide. We're guided to something. But we're definitely meant to face our shadows for sure. But spirit is our guide as we're going through these shadows, as we're navigating these things. So this right here is telling you that this particular connection is something that you were guided to for some sort of reason. And it might be very challenging to hear the word no or to have to say no to this connection. So that's what we got opening up. So now why don't we take a look and see some different energies. I just wrote some things down. What is their role in this connection and what do they need to learn? Okay, so what is their role and what they need to learn? So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab a couple of cards from different decks here, just whatever I'm guided to, use. So the very first thing that I want to focus on is a shadow. Okay, what are they supposed to learn? We have manipulation. Okay, so this person that you're dealing with, the person that you're watching this video for, they might have a tendency to be manipulative. We all have these shadows within us, by the way. So it's not like, we don't all have the tendency to be manipulative. Some people are just better at it than others or use it for ill will. But this particular person, there's something that they need to learn in order. They need to learn something in regards to the way that they use their possible manipulation tactics when it comes to you or other people. And maybe that they've manipulated you in some sort of way. And this has created issues and problems in their life. Okay? So there's definitely some sort of an energy of manipulation. So remember, this is their role and what they need to learn. So their role may be that they manipulate you in some way in order to trigger you to face your shadows, to become assertive, to learn the word no. I'm putting up my boundaries no more. I'm not putting up with this manipulation any longer. Okay? What else? This is the Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. We also have aroma and memories. Interesting. So I feel because of this card combination, this person may, for some of you, not for all of you, they may manipulate you in the form of coming in and out of your life because you guys share this connection. There's a lot of memories. There's, a lot of reminiscence. There's something going on where, they might just kind of come back. You guys go back and forth with one another. You may remember them, you may not be able to disconnect from them, and so this gives them some sort of a power over you where they can manipulate you because the soul connection is strong. They might be able to manipulate you with energy of, remember when, or, we just have so many good times together, or, remember that time kind of energy. They might be able to manipulate you with the past because of the connection that you two share, the memories that you two share. That's not going to resonate with everybody, but just take it or leave it, okay? What else do we have? We have compromise. So what I'm picking up on here is, what is this person supposed to learn? This person is supposed to learn how to compromise. Also, what I'm getting is that this person is compromising the connection because of their behavior. So their inability, perhaps, their inability to be able to actually stay in the present, because memories have to do with the past. It has to do with reflecting on our past. So it may not just be the past when it comes to you. It may be their own past, their own memories. And maybe some of those memories aren't that good. Maybe some of these things are actually damage or their own shadows. Okay? So this compromises, this manipulative behavior, this triggering behavior, whatever this, or triggering response, I should say, compromises the connection. So what I'm getting here is that their role is kind of dark in your life, meaning that they're meant to be this way, not only to trigger you, but also to be in the energy of compromising something and losing something. And by losing something and by treating you a certain way, perhaps, and getting a negative result, this then compromises their own well-being. But this is something that they're going to have to come to a conclusion, that they're going to have to come to on their own. It's not something that you can tell them. It's not a lesson that you can tell them. They have to learn it on their own. They have to learn by this tactic of manipulating people with their behavior because of their damaged past or whatever may be going on here, that it's compromising their happiness. So they're meant to learn something by almost destroying something with you, is what I'm getting here. But they're also in this energy of needing to compromise. So they're either they were with you or they are with you now in order to learn something, in order to learn how to compromise, how to stop acting this way. Because the energy that I'm picking up on with this person is that they sabotage. They sabotage situations. They sabotage their happiness, and it's connected to their past. But for others, they manipulate you and compromise the connection because they either can't let their past go, or they're telling you, they know that you need to get away from them. They know that their behavior is not serving you, but yet they can't let you go, kind of energy. So there's a manipulation tactic going on here. So there's definitely some darkness with this individual. So let's go ahead and get another message. And then we have the Hierophant, spiritual advisement. Now, the Hierophant to me is about integrity. It's about also our upbringing. So I really, really felt like there's something going on with this particular individual that is heavily rooted in their past. It's heavily rooted in their past. It's how they learned. They learned something from parents, from tradition. They learned something from their upbringing, okay? Their belief system. So it causes them to be a certain way. Now, they can change this behavior, of course. Integrity is something that we choose. We either choose to act in it or not in it. In this person's particular case, I feel like they have chosen not to act with integrity when it comes to you and other people. So they're learning something about themselves. With each fall or each kind of crash and burn in their life, they're learning something about themselves. And for some reason, you're a huge lesson in that. You play a big role when it comes to them compromising their own happiness. It's like they compromise your relationship and your connection. They're not acting with integrity. And so what that ends up ultimately doing is it ends up just kind of screwing themselves. So I feel like this person, they end up screwing themselves by screwing you. Okay? I'm not talking about in like a good way, in a bad way. So the memories, though, it's what I'm also getting here is that because you guys have this soul contract and this soul bond, they can't actually necessarily let you go. Now, this doesn't ensure that this person will return to your life if they're not in your life or they haven't been in your life for a while. But because you guys share this bond, these memories, this connection, as they keep moving forward, perhaps, maybe even manipulating others, carrying on in this behavior and not learning from this behavior, they're still going to have this attachment to you. So this to me is like their soul is still attached to yours in a dark way, meaning that until they make these wrongs right and clear up this karma and clear up this energy, they're not going to be able to move forward in a positive way in their life. It actually compromises their future happiness. So the spiritual advisement is that you better get your shit together. You better get your shit straight. Because if you don't, then you're just literally compromising your own happiness trying to move forward. So this person has to make these wrongs right with you. And when I say they have to, they should. They should, because it looks like moving forward, not all is going to be well for them. They're going to carry this behavior into other connections. That doesn't mean that this person has to come back into your life and be your everything and you guys live happily ever after. But they better make these wrongs right. They better apologize. They better give proper closure. They better do something, because they're being advised spiritually about your connection to do the right thing. So if you've been wronged by this person, what I'm picking up on here is that until they make this wrong right with you, their memories, their energy is going to remain attached to you. So what I'm also getting from Spirit is that if you feel like you can't let this person go, it's actually less about you and it's more about their energy. Their energy hasn't let you go. And that's why it's difficult for you to let go. Wrap your head around that. So it's a little bit of a mind bend there, because sometimes we feel that we can't let go of certain people because of our own issues with it. But really, their energy is attached to us, and that's why it's difficult to let go. So that's what I'm picking up on. This person, because of the way that they're acting or the way that they did you wrong, it's really affecting them in the here and now. So they got to find a way to clear this energy and act with integrity. And until they do, like I said, they're compromising their future happiness. Okay? It doesn't mean this person will never find joy or never be able to be happy or anything. It just means that the core of who they are and really being in that state of true happiness, they got to clear a slate. And some of this slate has to do with you, and you're a part of their contract. Okay? Wow. That was really deep. And it just goes to show you that, a lot of times I use a lot of different cards to get a lot of information. But sometimes if you just focus on a few things, you can really, really get deep into the meanings here. Because, there was a lot of information that came through from Spirit on that one. That was really deep. So I hope that resonated with some of you. What I want to do is I want to get this person's thoughts about this. Okay, I want to know what some of their thoughts are on this behavior of theirs. So if this person you haven't had challenges with them, and that there wasn't anything that happened that was pretty, I guess, traumatic or just difficult, this probably isn't the reading for you. Okay. We're going to go into the Twin Flame Messages Volume 2 and see what this person's thoughts are about you and the situation. Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Karma is a bitch. I created 54 cards in this deck, and this is the one we pull. Karma is a bitch. I finally got mine. So this is the deal, you guys. If you guys are worrying, somebody did you dirty, somebody did you wrong, I want you to know that they are starting to feel the effects of their behavior. Okay? And it's going to dawn on them that until they clear this cycle with you, that they're always going to be attached in some sort of way. Now, I don't mean that this person's in pain every day, having nightmares, and they're, obsessed about this situation. It's not that kind of energy. But it's going to hit them every now and then, and their headspace is that memory is going to go back to you, where it's going to really beckon them to clear it. It's going to beckon them to apologize. It's going to beckon them to basically try to make these wrongs right. So this person, the topic that we were speaking of was, what is their role and what do they need to learn? They need to learn that you can't treat people like this and basically get away with it. So someone did you dirty. It's not like you're sitting back and laughing, but to me, this is extraordinary the way that it came out. So just try not to worry. Try to take some solace in the fact of knowing that even if you have never heard about it or don't see it, it's there. It's there. Deep down inside, this person is getting something, and it's connected to you. Okay? All right, you guys. So now let's go ahead and move forward with what is your role and what are you supposed to learn in the situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your shadow. We have elusive. Interesting. Elusive. So this is the deal. Maybe this person's behavior has caused you to kind of go into that ghost mode, remaining elusive. You just fell away from this person's life. You just literally disappeared. Okay. Maybe you felt like that was just what you had to do. But by doing this, maybe you have stayed with this darkness or the shadow for a long period of time. Okay. Sometimes by, doing things to protect ourselves, by hiding, by running away, perhaps, not dealing with something, sometimes that can come back to bite us. So this could be of a defense mechanism for some of you guys, as in survival. Maybe some of you just moved away, ghosted, dropped off social media, dropped off the face of the earth or whatever. That's what you had to do, okay? But maybe you thought by doing this it was going to fix it, that somehow it was going to resolve it, and it didn't. It still is something that bothers you. It's still something that you just can't quite shake. All right, let's go ahead and get another message here. Oh yeah, look at that. This is painful. This is painful. So that nail, crucify. I mean, this is definitely, you might literally feel like you were crucified by this individual. Could even be, though, that you crucified this individual yourself. You crucified him with your energy, your words, your thoughts, your feelings. Maybe you just downright cursed this person, okay? So it's kind of like you remained elusive in the shadows, didn't speak to this person anymore, stayed away, but yet your energy remained because your energy was still attached to them in this crucifixion type of a way, meaning crucifying them, damning them, being angry, not being able to let go of what they did. So this is definitely a dark situation, okay? So again, if this ain't resonating with you, it's not your reading. But yeah, that's this energy here. The energy is here. So for some of you, it may be that you are meant to come across this reading because you've been very damaged and hurt by this individual. And you're just kind of hoping and praying that maybe someday they'll wake up and smell the coffee, or at least maybe they got theirs. And I'm getting from this reading here that I hope that some of you can have some sort of relief to know that things are starting to come around for this individual if they haven't already. Okay. All right, let's get another energy here. Oh yeah, here. Okay. See all this? See, this right here is not a shadow deck. This one is. Okay, so all the dark images are going to come through the shadow deck. But my Signs from Spirit, Love Oracle, and Twin Flame Oracle, they do have shadow cards in them, but there are a lot of light cards too. But the energy for this connection and what you're supposed to learn and your energy that's tied to it is tied to some shadow. And I feel that's one of the reasons why one of the main themes of this reading was shadow work. Okay? You're meant to learn something in this darkness. You're meant to find your way, though. Remember the guide. You're meant to find your way through the shadows, through the darkness. Okay? So it could be, again, that somebody lied. Somebody, perhaps, maybe they were elusive. And so this is something that you're learning about human behavior. You're learning why people do what they do, the psychology of individuals, the damage that people are in, the issues that they have, why they operate the way that they do. There could be just a lot of things that you're learning about not only yourself, but also about other individuals, about human beings, about life through this situation. Okay? What people were hiding. It's more about them than it is about you. But there is definitely an energy that's attached to you, the person watching this video, as in you're hiding. You might be hiding. You might be afraid of something here. You might be really afraid of facing this person. Facing this person, just dealing with them, ever seeing them again. Maybe the thought of it just frightens the hell out of you, perhaps. Okay? Maybe you're afraid if you saw this person that you might just unleash your fury on them. Maybe you'll lose control. Okay? There's some kind of energy there. Oh my God. Look at that. Now we got another shadowy card. 8 of Swords, imprisonment. So this is the deal, you guys. There is some sort of imprisonment, but this is self-imprisonment. Yes, this person may have done something to you that has caused a lot of pain and a lot of darkness for you. But what you're supposed to learn from this situation is you're not supposed to allow it to imprison you for life. You can remove those shackles at any time. It's your choice. So this person puts you in this energy of shackling you, but now it is your choice to empower yourself, to become that Queen of Swords and say, hell no, I'm not going down like this. I'm not going to stay tied to this forever. I'm not going to stay a victim because of these circumstances, because of this behavior, because of what was said and what was done. I'm not going to basically shrivel up and die. Okay? That's what this card is. The answer is no. Shriveling up. Look at how dry that is. Shrivel up and die. The Queen of Swords is not going to shrivel up and die. She's going to become smarter and stronger from this whole experience, but she's not going to shrivel up and die. She's not going to allow this person, basically, to cause her to shrivel. to now be depleted of all happiness. Because it looks to me that this particular person has caused a lot of pain for you, a lot of pain, okay? And now it might be that you're still imprisoned in this energy of darkness, even though you might not be with them anymore, even though they might not be in your life, even though they might not even be doing anything to you anymore. You're still imprisoned and shackled by this pain and this darkness. So this right here is your role. Your role is to experience the shadow, but break through it. That's what you're meant to learn, okay? You're meant to navigate the shadows, but get through it into the light. Okay, you're meant to work through the dark to get to the light. And that is why I feel this guide is here with the shadow. Okay. There is light in this situation. Some of you may have already found it. Some of you might already be on your way. And some of you may still be lost in this darkness. But there is light in this situation. There is hope for you. You will not remain in this energy forever. Okay. Even though you might feel that way. This is definitely a reading where it's telling you that this person is gonna get theirs if they haven't already. Karma is a bitch. And somebody either finally got theirs or they're gonna. Okay? So some of us feel that, holding on to that hate, holding on to that pain will hold that person accountable. And actually all it does is it imprisons us. So let's go ahead and take a look and see using the Twin Flame Messages Volume 1. Let's go ahead and get a thought or some words from you to this person. The grass wasn't greener on the other side. What I'm getting from this here is a couple of things. The first thing is that you know that whatever this person went after you, you know without a shadow of a doubt that it wasn't greener on the other side, and they know it wasn't. So some of you just know that deep down in your heart space, especially if they left you or hurt you or deceived you to go into another situation. They didn't find what they were looking for, and you know this, okay? Some of you may have left this person, left this situation, and basically went into another connection just to kind of find out that you weren't happier, that maybe it wasn't like... It's kind of like sometimes we do things thinking that we're going to find relief, but really all we're doing is we're just exchanging one situation for the next. So you might have tried to get over this person by getting involved in another situation, and what you found is that you're still connected to this individual. Okay? Doesn't mean you're miserable. It just means that the grass actually wasn't greener. Finding somebody else, replacing this person didn't make it go away. Okay, the shadow still remains because there's still some sort of a lesson for you to clear. There's still some sort of energy that you need to clear and learn from. So by replacing this person, perhaps it's not going to make it go away. So for some of you, there's an energy here. If you feel like maybe by meeting someone else, that's going to make this go away. What I'm getting here is that your higher self is trying to tell you right now that that won't work. Okay, that will relieve you in some way, but it won't make it go away. So you've got to face the shadow. You've got to face and clear whatever this is. Interesting. Okay, so let's take a look and see how they trigger you and how you trigger them. Well, I feel like a lot of that already came through, but let's go ahead and get deeper. Okay, how does this person trigger you? Okay, what do they bring up in you? We have embarrassment. They cause you to feel like a fool. They cause you to feel embarrassed. They cause you to feel like maybe they're embarrassed of you, that they don't accept you, that you're not good enough. Okay? And then we have spider, we have weave. What I'm getting from this is that whatever their actions were, okay, this causes some sort of a web. I don't even know why I can't talk. It's a web. So how this person triggers you and how it made you feel literally has had a major effect on your life as a whole. So this is a really, really, what's the word I'm looking for? Profound connection. Okay, doesn't mean it's the most important. Doesn't mean it's the only connection that will ever matter. But this is a very profound contract, because what this does is it sets the tone for a big portion of your life. So how this person made you feel literally, you have either been carrying it for a long period of time and you have been creating now out of this energy, out of this uncleared just energy. You're still carrying it, so you're still creating it. You're still recreating something. You're weaving now out of this energy here of this trigger. So do you see how important it is that you've got to clear this, whatever this is? That however this person made you feel, that doesn't define who you are. Okay? It was meant to trigger you to clear it. It wasn't meant to trigger you for you to stay in it forever and now weave this throughout all of the rest of your life and your connections that you're trying to build, perhaps. Okay? You're not meant to take this energy with you. You're meant to learn from it. You're meant to examine it and slap it in the face and knock it the fuck down. You're not meant to take it with you. Yeah, you're meant to balance these scales. You're meant to find that balance in it, okay? Because I'm sure that some of you were saying, that's great, Mystic Moon. That's great that you're telling me what I need to do, but how the fuck do I do it? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, there is no straight answer. There really isn't. That's why I don't really give a lot of advice on how to heal. All I can tell you guys is just from my own experiences, and things take time. But we have to be willing to choose it. We have to be willing to choose to step outside of the madness. So I'm just going to use this as an example. I want to heal. I want to stop feeling this pain. And again, this is just an example. And I can't stop thinking about this individual. I'm so triggered by the fact that they've moved on with their lives and that they're happy. Okay, and I'm not. And I keep seeing their social media. And I really want to be happy. I really want to stop hating this person, or I really want to stop feeling badly with what this person has and I don't have. So my suggestion is we're telling the universe, or we're telling ourselves, or we're telling other people that we want to heal and that we want to be happy and that we want to stop being so resentful towards this person. But yet we're still looking at their social media every day. We're still involving ourselves in their lives when we're not even a part of it. What the hell are we doing? So we're saying one thing but doing another. So it's kind of like we're asking for help, but yet we're sabotaging ourselves on the back end. So my point is, there's not really a straightforward cure or answer, but we do have to make a decision to start to help ourselves get well and to help ourselves disconnect. And that's just an example, okay? So apply it how it applies to you. But balancing the acts, we got to find the balance between the dark and the light. Jumping straight to the light doesn't work either. All is well. All is forgiven. I love everyone. I'm sorry, but that right there, I'm not saying that some people aren't capable of it, but most of us, doesn't work that way. You got to work through stuff. Staying completely in the dark isn't good either. You've got to find the balance between the dark and the light here. So you can start weaving a different story. So you can start utilizing this energy in a positive way. That way you can start transmuting this energy and transforming this energy over a period of time. Things don't just click overnight. We're not just instantly better or instantly healed. Sometimes things do seem that way, but certain things just take time. And whatever happened with this individual, it's going to take some time, okay? There's no quick, straight answer. And we have thoughts. So what I'm picking up on this is that the stories, again, that we're telling ourselves because of what happened with this individual, it triggers our thoughts. It triggers how we feel about ourselves. So this person's actions towards us, whatever they did, whatever they said, whatever they didn't do or didn't say, there's this energy here that we're holding on, this story that we're telling ourselves. Our own thoughts now are our own worst enemy. And we're literally weaving this information in our brains over and over and over again. And it's really a negative story. So what Spirit is saying here is that we've got to learn to balance out these shadows within ourselves. Some of these shadows, yes, we're meant to examine them. We're meant to be triggered. We're meant to heal them, but we're not meant to take everything with us. We're not meant to weave these stories over and over again and then now weave them into new situations in our life. Because some of us may want to move on, but we're finding that we're trying to move on and we're just recreating the shit over and over again. So Spirit is saying we've got to stop weaving the same story that's stemming from this energy of how this person triggered you and made you feel. Okay? This is a wound. It's a wound and it needs to be healed. Okay? We got to start taking those steps now. So, how were you meant to trigger this person? Interesting. Okay, so for some of you here, this is an energy here. Maybe some of you were the second person in this person's life. Maybe they had someone else and you were that person that they were seeing on the side. Not going to resonate with everybody, okay? But there was a lesson nonetheless in that situation for them, okay? So they were meant to learn something. You were meant to trigger them by being in this position in their life. You are meant to basically trigger them to perhaps put your needs first. But what I'm getting here is that this person probably put their needs first and placed you as second. So there's something for them to learn. So you trigger them in this aspect to put you first. And to me, with what I've seen so far in this reading, is that it's evident that they did not. Okay? Wow. Sever. Like a knife, sever. So, this goes back to the beginning of the reading. Some of you cut this person out of your life, not the other way around. So take it as it resonates for you. So, because you cut them out of your life, because you refuse to be second, this is a huge trigger for them. It's a huge trigger for them on the way that you separated yourself from them. Because see, this person could have caused you a lot of pain, a lot of heartache. And you finally found your inner strength and stepped into your power and said, no more. I'm not putting up with this crap. And maybe you were that first person that basically told this person no. Maybe that was a huge blow to their ego. Okay? Because you weren't going to be second. You weren't going to deal with this kind of behavior. You weren't going to deal with that kind of shit. So you cut ties with them. And that's something that triggers them majorly still to this day. Okay? There's that. And now we have pride and ego. All right, so you also triggered this person's pride and ego. What I'm getting from this is that if you did cut this person out of your life, they may not have returned to your life to basically tell you how much that upset them. Because why? They're in their pride and ego. You triggered their pride and ego. You trigger this response in them that they're not going to admit that they were hurt by you. They're not going to admit it. So that's for some of you that cut this person out of your life. If that's not the case and they cut you out of their life, they've got too much, they're operating too much out of their pride and ego. So you trigger this in them. You trigger this. It's almost like you trigger this response in them to kind of, go into their pride and ego and examine why they are putting you second, why they are treating you less than. Why they are treating you in such a way. Now, what I'm also getting, let's just take this a little bit deeper, not that I'm a psychologist at all, but there is an energy here where maybe they felt second best in their upbringing or their life. And so this triggers something within them when dealing with you to where they don't want to be second. Maybe they don't feel good enough. Maybe they don't feel like they can be loved by you or that they can love you back. So this person literally cuts ties with people that get too close. Okay? And we have collaboration. This is about teamwork. Okay? So you trigger this person in a way when it comes to working together, being a team, coming together, making a commitment, working on this together. I feel like this person is a loner. This person, it doesn't know how to put people. It's like everything is secondary for them, okay? They're number one. And I don't mean that in a positive way, in a healthy way. It's in a negative, selfish way. It's in an egotistical way. This person needs to cut everything out of their life that becomes too close for them. They don't know how to properly come together and work together with anybody. There's a real problem here for this individual. And you wanting to come together and collaborate with them and work with them and wanting to be more in the front runner position of their life, as in be a part of their life, being next to them and hand in hand, that is something that triggered them. It triggered them to cut you out of their life, okay? Because they're operating too much in that pride and ego. They have a lot of fear. So there's a lot of different energy that came through. So like I said, take what resonates for your situation, okay? But that's what it is. This person has a lot of fear, or when it comes to successfully trying to work this through, you cut them out before they even had an opportunity. And so because of this pride and ego that they're still operating in, they may have never let you know that they even gave a shit that you cut them out. Okay? All right, you guys. So next position, we're going to get how this person is currently feeling towards you and just kind of how they see you now. All right? How does this person see you now, and how do they feel about you now? How they see you. Well, that confirms you guys are not together. There is some sort of separation. Now, if you guys have resonated with the reading up until now, it just might mean that this portion of the reading may not be for you, because if you're with this person, this is not going to apply. They don't see the two of you as in you're together, because you're not. There's a separation here, okay? But guess what? There's definitely still an interest and an attraction towards you. So this person sees you as somebody who they are attracted to, and somebody that they could have some sort of passion with, some sort of energy with. The Knight of Wands is very sexual, very passionate, very adventurous. There's interest here. Now, that doesn't mean that this person's going to rush back into your life just because they see you this way, but they still see you as somebody who's attractive. They still see you as somebody that they could be intimate with, that they'd want to be intimate with. So you're not repulsive to this person, is my point, even though you guys may be separated. Okay? How does this person feel about you? Okay, so they feel about you. Queen of Pentacles. There's an energy here that's very nurturing, perhaps. Maybe they miss your embrace. Maybe they miss the feel of you next to them. Maybe they miss how you took care of them. Maybe they miss this feeling of being with a person that was whole. Maybe you were very wholesome to them and they blew that. And we have healing. You know, healing and nurturing. You were very healing and nurturing to this person. That's what I'm getting here. So they feel this way about you. They feel this energy. You might even be a healer, okay? Like a person that just has a healing touch or a healing presence. And what I'm picking from this is that this person still feels this energy from you or with you or about you. Okay? So there's definitely still an attraction and a pull that this person has towards you. And even though there's obviously things that have happened here, I feel like this energy is definitely favorable. All right. So why don't we go ahead and get some thoughts that they have in regards to just what they're thinking about now when it comes to you and this connection. What would this person want to say to you if they could? That they care too much about what other people think right now. This is also a card that explains they care too much about what you think. So this is somebody who, again, has pride and ego. Okay? So this is telling me here that this person isn't or is afraid to basically come forward with what they really truly want to say, because they care too much about what other people are going to think or about what you're going to think about them. So they can't handle it right now. They can't handle coming towards you and basically fixing this and saying what they may want to say, because they care about the opinions of other people. They care about what they look like. They care about the outside world too much. Their pride and ego is getting in the way. So straight up, even though they feel this way, even though they see you in a favorable light, they care too much right now about the outer world. So that stops this person. It prevents this person from perhaps doing what they should do. So at the end of the day, what do they truly want? What do they truly want with the situation at the end of the day? What do they want? Well, They don't know what they want. The Seven of Pentacles is somebody who's just kind of reevaluating their options. They may just be planning certain things in the material world. They might be on a certain path right now. They might just have a lot of other things going on. And so they're just kind of reevaluating their life. So this person's taken some time. They're just pausing right now. This is a pause card. They're not really, action oriented right now. So they're just kind of thinking about what it is that they want. They don't really know what they want right now. So if they don't really know what they want right now and they're reevaluating their life, they're not sure what they want with you. Yeah, they're reevaluating if they want to communicate with you or not. So this person, at least I get, is thinking about it. They're reevaluating the communication that maybe took place between the two of you, like the last bit of communication, or how they would come forward and communicate with you now. So this person is definitely thinking about the communication between the two of you. And since there's probably no communication, they're reevaluating whether or not they should make contact, or if that's something that would even be smart to do at this point. Interesting. That right there is somebody who's thinking about making contact. Sending you a text, sending you an email, maybe even a phone call. But that's somebody, pen to paper, creating contact, creating communication. Do you see? So what does this person want? This person wants to create contact with you, but they're reevaluating it. Maybe they've thought about it for a while, but they're just kind of like, Speaking from experience, it's like you can feel a certain way for a long period of time and just be so dead set on, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. And then you never do. Doesn't mean you don't want to, but you're just kind of like, what's the point? Why would I do that? So there's that. So in regards to this communication that this person may want to bring forward to you, what does that look like? What may these things, what may these words be? Let's take a look. What may these words be? Wow. There's still so many unsaid things between us. So because there's still so many unsaid things between us, they may say things to you that they didn't say before. Okay? They might tell you that there's a regret in regards to what was unsaid. They may say things to you to explain their behavior that didn't make sense to you back then. Okay? So I feel like this person at least has a favorable desire towards you, and the energy that they have as far as like what they want, they're reevaluating right now. It's kind of on hold in regards to this communication that they may want to make towards you. Doesn't guarantee that this will clear and that they'll make communication, but just know that this person is reevaluating this at this particular time. So now we're just going to switch gears kind of to close up the reading and see what Spirit has to tell you in regards to this connection. What does Spirit want you to know and understand? What's the most important thing that they want you to kind of take away from this reading today? Well, Spirit wants you to know that this is definitely a divine partnership. There's a spiritual connection here that exists between you and this individual, okay? And if that weren't the case, you would probably not be watching this reading. You probably would not have been very affected by this individual if it wasn't a divine partnership. So there is some kind of a special soul connection that you have with this individual, and they just want you to understand that. But they have mass coming through. This just means that right now, in particular, could be someone in this connection that's masking it. They're putting on this mask. They're afraid to face it. They can't face it for whatever reason. They're not able to fully let it in. They're not fully able to admit it or recognize it for whatever reason. So there's a block here. Somebody's blocking this divine connection from happening right now. And they want you to know this confirmation. It's a confirmation that this is the case. It's a confirmation that this is a divine partnership, but somebody is putting a mask on towards this connection. Okay? They may not fully be able to let it into their lives. They may not fully be seeing the picture. They may be still hiding behind their fear and behind their ego. Okay? Could even be you now that's put on this mask. You're afraid to face it now. Whatever's happening here, though. But Spirit is confirming that it is a divine connection. It's a soul connection. And There's definitely lessons here to obviously learn in the situation, but people are not ready to face it at this time. Okay? So let's just see how things may unfold over a period of time. Okay, I'm going to draw 4 cards out of the tarot deck. And through those 4 cards, we're just going to see if there's any kind of seasons that come through for timing. These 2 want to come out together, so I'll take those. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and draw 1 here. Let's take a look, see what we got. All right, so we have the King of Swords. So what's really interesting is that in the very beginning of the reading, we did have the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is definitely an energy of somebody who is in their power, in their truth, setting boundaries, being very assertive. The one king that can take her on is the King of Swords. So this tells me here that the possibility, perhaps, of the masculine in this situation may return with some sort of communication and truth. Okay? The Ace of Cups could be the energy of the initiation to offer the cup of love. This could be a brand new beginning and a fresh new start. Now, the Ace of Cups to me is our own cup. This individual may have worked on their own cup, and so now that their cup is full, they may want to offer something new. We have Devil, obsession. So this is an energy here of need, of being obsessed, of feeling like you just need something. So there could be a desire that this person has to return back into your life. And we have the soul contract. And why is this? Because this person has a soul contract with you. And early on, if you have stayed through this entire reading, you know that this person cannot disconnect from you. Why? Because of the karma and the darkness that they created with you. So until this is cleared, this person's going to still continue to feel this energy with you. You may still continue to feel this connection because of this person's energy that's still tied to you. Do you see what I'm saying? So the soul contract is coming through to say this is like the ties that bind you. This energy of the devil. It doesn't mean that it's evil. It doesn't mean that, it just doesn't mean it's evil. But there's still some shadows and there's still some situations that need to be cleared. So to me, this person may learn this lesson. They may bring forth this offer of a brand new beginning and a fresh new start after clearing. I just feel like they're going to have to go into their shadows. They're going to have to clear it. And this Ace of Cups may be that apology. So it looks very favorable. So seasons that I have Capricorn and I have Libra. I also have this King of Swords, which can be an air sign individual, Libra. There could be something significant about October, okay? October, there could be. Or even the 11th month. This Ace of Cups is a summer energy, but I'm really feeling towards the end of the year because this is Capricorn here. So I'm getting here fall, winter energy, perhaps. Doesn't mean it has to be this year, but it could be towards the end of the year for some of you. Last message. We have fate. It's in the cards. So, again, nothing is guaranteed in life, okay? Nothing is guaranteed in life. But Spirit's saying that it's in the cards that this person may face you once again. That you will have an opportunity to close this chapter or to at least start fresh and start new and have another go with this connection. It's a part of fate. It's a part of destiny. It's in the cards that this person may return to your life and offer you this apology because it's a part of the contract. It's a fated contract and it needs to be cleared. and it needs to be healed, and these lessons need to be learned. So yeah, this is a very interesting reading, you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye.